Shalom, shalom, shalom. Akim. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors once again to the apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well. This is Naaman from DC Camp. And wouldn't you know it, I did a video not long ago concerning I believe it's on Netflix. It's a show about this, I believe it's called The New Pope or something like that. It's with, what's that actor's name? Anyway, he plays the Pope, and in part of his agenda, as has been suggested by an actress in the show, who just happens to be a well-known actress, the suggestion being that they rewrite the Bible concerning homosexuality and the like. All right. Fast forward, here you have a federal judge, all right? And this is from westernjournal.com. And it says, federal judge puts transgender's feelings before man's First Amendment rights, all right? So let's get into it. This is from yesterday. It says, the First Amendment is in severe danger of being relegated to obscurity in favor of protecting the feelings of individuals. And me personally, I say, damn the First Amendment, and all right, we're just talking about outright common sense. And it's being found out, as 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter is talking about, this man is being revealed for who he truly is. We're talking about these Edomites, these so-called white people, all right? All right, it's no more hiding from them. They know their kingdom is going down, their wickedness is being exposed. So like I say, it's going to be all kinds of stuff and things that kick off here. A university professor found that out recently when he had his lawsuit dismissed by a federal judge who said he would have to violate his Christian beliefs and call a transgender student by a person's preferred pronouns. And that's the thing here, preferred pronouns. This is not about what you were born as, but what you claim to be. This is some sick, twisted shit, all right? So we're gonna go straight to the scriptures here because this place has got to go. This is Isaiah 5:20, all right? And it says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And that's all this is. This is to hell with what is reality. You're forced to abide by some other person's version of reality. All right? If a person who clearly was born a man, raised as such, reared as such, now all of a sudden they want to say that, well, the Most High made a mistake. Now I identify as a female. You have to participate in that madness, all right? It's crazy. You have to, what's the word? You have to support their delusion, all right? This is absolute wickedness. All right, let's go back to the article. I'm going to go right back to the scriptures real quick. I'm going to just, wow, preferred pronoun. You know what, let's go on. Let's see, preferred. All right. I don't know what the heck is taking us so long. Okay, here we go. Preferred. All right. As a verb, used with object, preferred, to set or hold before or above other persons or things in estimation, like better, choose rather than. So you have to go along, like I said, with this person's delusion. You enable it by doing so. All right? Because they chose, not because of what is, all right, but because they chose. All right? And this is what they're doing by law to give priority as to one creditor over another. In this case, this guy was saying, you know what, I can't do that because of my, well, it says in the article, Christian beliefs. You know, that's a whole nother thing there, but they're saying, the judge said, nope, can't do that. You have to go by what this clearly deranged individual wants to be known as, all right? To give priority, and in this case, this judge is giving priority to the sick, twisted individual, all right? It says to put forward or present a statement, suit, charge, etc. for consideration of sanction, to put forward or advance as in rank or office, promote. All right, so his sick, twisted, or their sick, twisted fantasy outranked reason in this case, all right? Continuing on. It all started in 2018 for Nicholas Merriweather, a professor at Shawnee State University in Portsmouth, Ohio, when he refused to call a male student by female pronouns. A school reprimanded him for referring to the student as sir, and Merriweather sued to have his record wiped clean. In January 2018, a male student demanded that Dr. Merriweather address him as a woman because he identified as such, and threatened to have Dr. Merriweather fired if he declined. You see what they're putting? Ultimately, you're being forced with the possibility of you losing your livelihood because of this demented shit here, all right? And it's outright petty on top of that. It says to accede to these demands would have required Dr. Merriweather to communicate views regarding gender identity that he does not hold. Good point. What about the person that's being subjected to this? All right? Just because you got some clearly that's got mental issues, to say the least. We all know these are demons, all right? But, man, can you see where this is leading to? This is just outright madness, all right? Again, it says to accede to these demands would have required Dr. Merriweather to communicate views regarding gender identity that he does not hold, that he does not wish to communicate, and that would contradict and force him to violate his sincerely held Christian beliefs, it said. The professor said the student got in his face and got aggressive with him when he said he could not call the student ma'am or miss. Now, at this point, could it not be said that this individual was threatened with bodily harm? All right? Merriweather said he offered to call the student by his last name, as the professor does not, as the professor does for students. But, big surprise, this was unacceptable to the student who filed a complaint. Saw an opportunity there, an agenda, all right? They demand this even though the concept of gender identity is entirely subjective and fluid, even though the number of potential gender identities is infinite with over 100 different options currently available, which again goes back to what I said earlier. This is sick and twisted. There's only XX and XY, all right? There's no XXY and XYX. This is madness. And it all goes back to that decision made in the early 70s, I want to say 72 or 73 when they had that conference. Because prior to that, this shit was considered a mental disorder. All right? It says, all for the purpose of lending credence to cultural ideas Dr. Merriweather does not share or wish to advance, the lawsuit said. Going back to the scriptures. All right? Let's read it again. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And here's the point. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. This is what you get when you get into these professors and all these other pieces of crap that think that they know more than the Most High. This is 1 Timothy 6:20. It says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings, which goes into this because all this is, it's pathetic, well, not one word, but it's just wicked, twisted truth, all right? And oppositions of science, falsely so-called. And ultimately, this is what this goes back to, because you got a bunch of people with, these Masonic degrees and all this crap, all right? They so full of themselves because of their accolades, all right? They got these many degrees up on the wall, all right? They're sitting back, and whenever you do an interview with them, they got images of all these books like they're sitting in a library, and they want to project that image that, well, I'm so smart and wise, all right? It's real, 1 Timothy 6:20 again. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so-called. Let's go into that. Vain, we know, is empty, all right? Let's go into babblings. That's Strong's G 2757.
Strong's G 2757. Kanaphonia.
Kanophonia, empty discussion. Discussion of vain and useless matters. Male, female. You need these in order to reproduce, to procreate. Anything outside of that, this is also known as a foundation. Going back to Psalms 82:5, all right? That's why all the foundations are out of course. It's for bullshit, it's because of bullshit just like this, all right? We're going back to Isaiah now. It says, let's finish up here. From a presumed compound of G 2756 and G 5456, empty sounding, fruitless discussion. But they've turned it into something that, again, there's an agenda being pushed forth, and it's getting a lot of people into this so-called alternative lifestyle and all this other bullshit that comes with it. You got this vast umbrella, all right? You've got sexual immorality and all kinds of things fit into that. Homosexuality, which is to include male on male, female on female, and then you get into pedophilia, necrophilia, zoophilia, and all other kind of philias, all right? That comes up under that umbrella, all right? This is being pushed hard. Again, this is an agenda from the elites. Let's go back to Isaiah, all right? Pushing this shit forth. Every movie or show that you come across today has had some something to do with this shit, all right? Isaiah chapter 5, verse 21 again says, woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight, all right? And when we think of that, we think of 1 Corinthians 2, I'll go to that right quick. It says, woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength to mingle strong drink. 23, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness from him. Let me read that again. Isaiah 5:23, which justify the wicked for reward, all right, and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. All right, and in this case, what this professor is, never met the individual. They didn't, so as I can see, they didn't put a picture of him in here, all right? But here's this man that's going along with his life apparently, and just one little thing that's been blown way out of proportion because someone is ultra sensitive about a preferred pronoun. They want to be, clearly they are born as a man, they want to be referred to as a woman. So, and they're making a big stink of it. All right, again, an agenda. All right. Like I said, let's go to 1 Corinthians real quick. Let's see, 1. Here it is, 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 19. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. We know that this man is going down. This is a clear sign because when you go to Obadiah, which I will right here, hold on, to back this up. Actually, I could have done the reverse, but it doesn't matter in this case which order it comes in. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse, let's see, 8. And this is the Most High. He says, shall I not in that day, talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, shall I not in that day, saith the Most High Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? This would have never held any type of water or liquid, all right, a few short decades ago. All right, so this is another sign that he's being taken out of power. All right. Let's go back to the article real quick. Let's see what I got left. All right, let's see. What does this say? Yeah, this is class action. Well, not class action, but his suit. It says Nicholas K. Merriweather, which is professor plaintiff, versus the trustees of Shawnee State University. All right. And it gives a list of names and all those involved. All right, you can read that case number and all that. All right, it says, where'd I leave off? Let's see, what the hell? All right, let's see. All right. So, okay, I apologize. I might have to go out and come back in here. Okay, here we go. Satan, boy. What the hell? Here we go. All right. Oh, boy. All right. The hell? All right, here we go. Yeah, here we go. This thing has a mind of its own sometimes. I apologize. Wow. All right, it says, and perhaps even more frightening, Merriweather said that when he complained to the school, he was told that Christian doctrines regarding hell are harmful. The school allegedly said that religion oppresses people and that universities were in the business of liberating them of such constraints. See what's going on here? That's why I went to 1 Timothy 6 and 1 Corinthians, all right? It says, and judging by the crop of violent, morally defunct, irresponsible dimwits who support people like Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders, they have done a splendid job. It says, you would think that a court in the United States would not tell a professor that he had to violate his religious beliefs to accommodate someone's mental delusion. But you would be incorrect. See what I'm saying? All right. U.S. District Court Judge Susan Dlott agreed with the university that Meriwether did not have a First Amendment right to call the student sir and dismissed his lawsuit. All right. You can read the rest of this for time's sake. I'll just go get some comments here because this is just, again, a sign of things to come. Oh, it says, sounds to me like the government, federal judge, is preventing the free exercise of a citizen's right to worship. Judge needs to be removed from the bench, then disbarred for willfully violating the Constitution. And let's be clear, the Constitution isn't worth the paper that it's written on. You people are way behind on what happened, all right? You've been suckered and you fed into this shit out of fear. Like I say, you can just wipe your ass with the so-called Constitution because you're under UCC and Admiralty law now, have been for quite a while. And I'm not going to get into, because this really speaks for itself. Oh, boy. Bolek Slotky, again, you'll find, that's why I like to go to these comments, because you'll find someone that goes right to the point, skips all the bullshit. It says, just use my preferred pronoun for these people. Just call him moron. If you can't look in your pants and figure out if you are a boy or a girl, you are a moron. And I'm going to end it with that, all right? So once again, this is from westernjournal.com. Federal judge puts transgender's feelings before man's First Amendment rights. All right, and then there's a little video here. I didn't play that, but it's just what I went over. All right, so with that, once again, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakokwadash. Double honors once again to the apostles of Great Millstone who told me this truth. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity while trying to wake up the remaining, hopefully left. All right. So with that, Shalom, Akim. Abad.